back in the saddle. Of course, our breadth indicator, this killer tool. I mean, I'll tell you guys, you now have a secret weapon that gives you an edge over the rest of the market participants, like just remarkable edge. And as you can see, the S&P 500 breadth indicator flashing, oh my God, get the f out of Dodge signals. And sure enough, you wake up and the whole damn market was just melting down here this morning. Here's the Dow off a good 446 points. Looks like they're slowly trying to claw it back. There's the S&P 500 down 66 points. This was down 500 at one point through the morning. So on balance, I have to say, system is operating right on cue. Quite remarkable to see the euro just falling right out of bed, now below 100. So if anything, if we're thinking about going and buying European real estate over the next year or two, we should get pretty good prices if you got US dollars lying around, which I do. So I suppose that's a good thing. One thing I did notice loading up the dashboard this morning, and we kind of talked about this, I thought it was really interesting that the crypto breadth indicator actually minus 100 on the short term. I mean, that literally means everything is a sell. And minus 86.67 on the medium term. I mean, it's basically like almost everything is a sell. So that's fascinating how quickly the markets flip down here. But one thing that did jump out at me is our weekly commodity trend survey. Remember, we've been talking that a lot of crypto names are actually set up. They're right on their knees, right? So, think of this as very short term, like your day traders. Think of this as like your swing traders. And think of this as your investors. And with the whole market right down at the bottom end of the range, I've been talking about this for quite some time. I don't really think that this is a good market to quote unquote short. I just don't think that, number one, you're not going to have huge, massive upsides. And, the short trades are like those swing trader kind of trades, not like, selling Bitcoin at 20 grand and riding it down to $2,000-$3,000. I don't think it's that kind of scenario. I could see us shorting Bitcoin at 20 grand and it going down to 10 grand. I could see that. But what I did notice was we actually had one name pop up and say, I am officially trying to weekly trend here. So you don't see that every day. And of course, you don't see it anywhere else in the market. So what the hell is it that's trying to trend up here? And there it is, ETC. Good old, that's Barry Silbert, if I'm not mistaken. 52-week, 50% level sitting up at 44, almost $45. And here we are, the moving averages sitting down here in the 20s. What does that chart look like? Well, actually it looks something like that, eh? I mean, the way that I would use this is, right, you can see the moving averages across here. The way that I would use this is if we do get any kind of buy signal, as long as these moving averages are cross bullish, you got to go with it. All you guys, and especially on the Wednesday show, you love to do this Binance versus Tether. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, on daily charts, nothing really to get too excited about. Let's see what that weekly chart looks like. There's the weekly chart versus Tether. Yeah, okay. So what do we call this market state? So in a weird sort of way, you can kind of use this moving average relationship to point this out. In fact, actually, I talked about it quite a bit yesterday. So in this particular case, do we have trade location? But I'll tell you, waiting for trade location is critically important. Now, it's interesting how we did come down, put in a W here, and it was like a total head fake, eh? That was back in the spring there. So, if anything, good example. Stuff doesn't always work. And if anything, that's the whole point of risk management. Sometimes even the best setups are just not going to work. Don't really see any bull divs here to justify applying this this double bottom other than maybe that little div there. But we've got, this is a weekly chart. We do have this big honk and bull div fired here now. And then kind of like what I was showing you there a few minutes ago. What I would want to see, and actually we could probably put the moving averages. Yeah, there we go. So you can see there is the moving average cross. If this thing actually was going to set up a trade, well, there we go. Something like boobity boo. And boobity shmoo and boobity coo and boobity zoo. So there. So keep an eye on this, but that's definitely on the wheelhouse, right? So and again, this is a weekly chart. So if we go like away we go. That'd be kind of cool to see. I'm gonna move that over a little bit. If we could get something like that, that would be peaches and cream.